this is Priyanka Srinivasan presenting you your messy minds. Okay, so in this video we are going to see what are the paternal factors, like what are the father factors that is going to affect the growing fetus inside the mother's uterus. Okay, so before we start with the content, I would like to ask you all a question and I really want you all to think about the answers. Okay, so how do you think you can actually protect the baby which has not even been conceived or which has not even been fertilized? So what are the measures that you would take in order to protect the baby or in order to save a life that is going to be born? Okay, so if anything strikes your mind, just put it on the comment box and we'll discuss on that. Okay, but by the end of this video, I am damn sure that you all will be very clear for the answers for this question. Okay, so if you are not sure about the answers, just keep watching the video until its end. Okay, so we'll move on to the content. So first we'll discuss on the paternal factors. As I told you, like what are the paternal factors that is going to affect the growing fetus inside the mother's uterus. Okay, so let's take for example the usage of marijuana or smoking habits, or sometimes the exposure to the lead and all these things. So this actually gives rise to the poor quality of sperm. So when I say poor quality of sperm, there will be some kind of inability, or there will be some difficulties in the mobility or motility of the sperm and all these things. So as a result of which, what happens is the fertilization does not take place. So the baby will not be conceived, right? So it is very important, and this is one such factor for the poor quality of sperm, and there are a lot more too. And sometimes if you see the fathers, they'll be working in the industries where they'll be exposing themselves to like conditions for high levels of ozone levels or high levels of lead exposures, or sometimes it can even be the diagnostic x-rays that they are exposing themselves to. So if all these things are happening like prior to an year that they are going to conceive, then it's going to cause some kind of difficulties. If you see low fetal growth or maybe low birth weight babies will be born. Okay, and if you see fathers who are smoking, okay, so they have this tendency to actually transmit these genetic disorders or diseases. So when I say genetic disorders or diseases, let's take an example. So if the father is smoking and he has this genetic disorder of lung cancer, so what happens is there is 100% risk for the infant that he is going to give birth to will be suffering from lung cancer. Okay, so this is one of the examples. And also the mothers who are indirectly exposing themselves to the smoking environment. So for example, let's say the father is having dinner in one table when he is also smoking on the other side, and the mother is also having the dinner in the same table. So what happens is the mother is indirectly exposing herself to the smoking environment. So this can actually affect the fetus which is growing inside the mother. Okay, so this can actually lead to kind of lower birth weight babies, or there can be some kind of respiratory tract infections, or sometimes some type of cancer can be developed, or some problems like this. Okay, so this is very, very important that the smoking either directly or indirectly is going to affect the baby in one or the other way. And if you see the paternal age, it is also very important like the maternal age. So if there is like old age man who is giving birth, then there are some difficulties and there will be some problems and some damages and deteriorations in the sperm that they are producing. So that will affect the fetal growth. And if you see, there is this teenage boys on the other hand who are trying and giving birth to the babies. So as a result of these teenage of the paternal factor, we can see the increase of low birth weight babies, and we can also see premature delivered babies, and sometimes there can be some fetal retardation also. So these are the problems as common ones. But there are some unusual rare cases too. Like if you see, there can be development of autism disorders or autism related disorders, or sometimes like schizophrenia, or sometimes dwarfism, where the whole baby will be very small and not in the optimum size, and all these things. So this is very, very important. So paternal age also matters, as well as the maternal age. Now we'll see like screening of this infectious diseases, or screening of the disorders or diseases is very, very important, okay, so that you will know what are the shortcomings that you are going to face, and so you will be prepared on an earlier basis. And education or social or nutritional support has to be given to the parents, and especially for the first time mothers, because they have to be educated with the prenatal care, they have to be educated with the type of care that they have to give for the babies that they are going to give birth to, and all these things. So knowledge about all these things is very, very important. Okay, so if you see why this prenatal care is important is because let's say, for example, a woman is going to give birth to multiple number of babies, okay, that is multiple births. So what happens in this case is the babies will be having this low birth weight problems, or they'll be not having the proper fetal growth, or sometimes if you see the babies will be dying within an year, right? So in that case, the mother should know like what is the time when they have to give utmost care to the baby. So they will take most of their energy to take care of the baby and all these things. So it is very, very important that prenatal care is given. Okay, and it is very important that the parents get to know what are the prenatal care as well. And also if you see there is this kind of perinatal care knowledge which is not equally distributed among all the population. Okay, so let's say, for example, culturally poor people, like who are living in the village side, or who are tribes and all, so these people actually don't have the access to this knowledge or access to these prenatal care or services. So it is not properly distributed among all the population. So this is one of the reason why we actually need an awareness for this prenatal care. And if you ask me like what are the preconceptional care that you can actually provide to the baby who has not even been conceived, is like you can actually screen yourself and test yourself for all the types of diseases and disorders that can be caused in the future. And if you get to know about all these diseases and disorders, you will be able to treat for them, and you can intervene those problems and settle them even before giving the birth to the baby. And also giving vaccinations, right? So make yourself vaccinated, that you are not going to give such kind of environment for the fetus, so that they will be protected. And also you should be very sure that you are not going to expose the children into any kind of genetic disorders or diseases, like some of the infectious diseases like sexually transmitted diseases and all these things. So it's very important. And if you see the counseling for the women who are giving birth to the babies is also very important. Like there can be sometimes poor past experience of being pregnant. So in that case, the women will actually be very scared and anxious about giving birth. So counseling is very, very important, and it will help the women. So it's very important as well. And sometimes if you see, there is this perinatal death which happens. So perinatal death happens between the 20 weeks of gestations to first week after the birth. So this period is very, very important, and so prenatal care is very, very important. Okay, so there we come to the end of this video, and I hope that I have answered to the question that I have asked you in the beginning of the video. I hope that you all understood and got the answer for that. Okay, so if you all have any kind of doubts, you can just put on to the comment box and we will discuss that. Okay, until then, it's bye from Priyanka. Bye.